Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today for a funeral. Yeah. Y'all, if you've ever built something brick by brick by brick for years and then wake up one random ass morning and the whole thing is just gone, like it never existed, like you didn't do all that work, yeah, that was me. That was me. You guys, it happened the morning after Valentine's. I wake up to my partner shaking me awake, and it's that kind of wake up that we don't like. It's not that good morning, my sweet love. No, it's you're about to have a shit day here. Let me tell you why. They had logged into Telegram and they checked on my Telegram channel just to check on things, And they get greeted by the kind of notification that makes your stomach drop straight through your ass. Channel effectively taken down for terms of service violation, a full-on shit show. And here I am sitting there, kind of just trying to process what I'm looking at, because it looked like this. Telegram does not ease you into this. It's just like, congrats, your community fucked, it's gone. And the first thought that hit me was the math of it all, because y'all know I'm a data nerd. Valentine's night, I had 84 subscribers, and I had just about 4,000 pieces of media that I had previously posted, not to mention the 100 pieces of media I had scheduled. Holy shit, that is 3 years worth of content, 3 years worth of consistency, 3 years worth of building a platform that for me is my main content host. And in one awful wake-up call, it was just gone. So now I'm going to be super honest with you. For about 20 minutes, the spiral I went down was, no, leave me alone, I'm going back to bed. Oh my God, what are we going to do? To just panic. The whole thing, all of it, rage, panic, the weird blank numbness where your brain is just shutting your shit down because there's too much going on up there. We all know it. We've all been there. Please tell me we've been there and I'm not the only one. Then, though, thank God, the other part of my brain kicked in, and that's the part that knows how this industry works and how fast you have to move, us as creators, how fast we have to move when shit like this goes down. Because if your main platform goes down, you do not get to sit in the grief and in the, oh, shnikes, what do I do? You can acknowledge the loss, absolutely, but we have to get to strategizing, like immediately. So what I'm going to do today is just walk you step by step through everything I did when my Telegram channel, my adult content subscription-based Telegram channel, got taken down. First step, acknowledge the loss, but don't let it swallow me up, Yeah, that sounds dramatic as shit, but it matters, because the moment you accept that happened, the moment you accept, okay, 3 years of my life, 3 years of my work is just gone, you now have to sit in the, okay, now what? We gotta stop burning time on denial and start putting out the literal fire that is about to swallow us whole. So I said it out loud. Okay, the channel's gone. Fuck. I loved her. She was beautiful. 3 years old. I built a whole community and ecosystem, and I am allowed to feel heartbroken, but heartbreak is not a plan, so let's plan. Next thing I did, submit that appeal. Okay. All right. Let's talk Telegram support, and let's talk expectations, and let's set them appropriately. How do I say this really nicely? They went out for milk a while ago and they still haven't come back. Telegram support is the friends we've made along the way. Telegram support is your imaginary friend from when you were a child. All right, so I knew in my bones of bones, that the appeal isn't going to go anywhere. The channel's gone. But I still kind of wanted to submit just in case of it all. So I found the notification from support that told me there was a violation, and it also made it clear why they started looking in the first place. They let me know that somebody reported my channel and that the moderation system took her down. So this is kind of what that notification is going to look like if you ever receive her. And then these are the appeal steps. So I just followed the little copy, paste, real professional. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm recording this 12 days out from when I submitted that appeal. 12 days. I took that screenshot today. So none. No, they're still out for that milk. All right. So I know that can sound really defeatist. So if you're listening to this and your channel just went down and Don't just think, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to do the appeal. Just submit the appeal. Do it anyway, you know? But don't build your entire recovery plan on the hope that Telegram is going to get back to you, because that hope will waste your time. And time is your most expensive resource when you are rebuilding something like this. So once that appeal was submitted, I moved to the thing that mattered most to me, was saving my content. Because if there was one thing my stubborn ass was going to do, it was going to save those 3 years worth of content. Because do I have them organized and put somewhere else? No. That would make sense. And who's organized as a creator these days? Come on. It's not me. I got to get organized. I did not, however, spend 3 years building that library of content just to let it evaporate because some asshole hit a report button. And luckily, here's the part that saved my ass. From the account that owned the channel, the content was still visible to me. So even though the channel was actioned, even though it was restricted as all hell, I could still access the media from the owner's account. And I hated what I thought I was going to have to do. So I just started. I turned off content restriction, and then I started downloading the images and the videos one by one by one. And yeah, that sucked. Yeah, and that would have taken forever. Like, genuinely, I'd still be doing it 12 days later. But, okay, my partner said, hey, you're being dumb. Bless their heart for saying that to me. And they had a much better solution. Telegram desktop app, specifically exporting an entire channel chat history from the desktop app. And when I say I exported the entire damn channel in 5 clicks, I mean it. So this is the part where I went from panic to, oh, this is opportunity. So here's exactly what we did. If you want a real in-depth rundown, you can definitely pop over to the Creators by CC Patreon, where we have a step-by-step with screenshots on how to do this. First, you got to get logged into the account that owned the channel. You got to be the owner, okay? Open that channel up, and then hit that 3-dot menu in the right corner and hit Export Chat. Put your settings how you want them. Put the file path to get all the content where you want it to go. Hit Export. Confirm the export, and y'all, honestly, hallelujah, because once that export finished, the results were honestly beautiful. It gave me this like little ridiculously organized output sorted by file type. And it gave me 2 copies of each piece of media, the thumbnail size and then the original upload, and the quality, guess what, same as the original upload. And that right there is what turned this whole situation from devastation into holy shit, here we go, we can rebuild. Because I'm going to be honest, if I'd lost that content, I'd still rebuild, but it would have been a total different level of grief and labor. Saving this content gave me leverage. Now, once I had all the content, I switched over to the next phase, and that's setting shit up for success. So now we're in the planning phase. So I started looking at this like an opportunity now. A forced reset, sure, but still a reset. So I got the skeleton of a brand new channel set up. I got a new logo drawn. I got it titled how I wanted. I got the appearance looking how I wanted with the background I wanted and all that bullshit. And I started building it, but doing it right this time from the beginning, with 3 years of experience behind me. So now, before I brought new clients into the new channel, I wanted a few specific things in place, pinned, that were more informational. What I ended up pinning was my Telegram subscribers discounted digital tip menu. I pinned my physical tip menu and the link to my drawer, my panty drawer. I pinned a message outlining how and where someone can leave me reviews with hyperlinks to all of that. I pinned a graphic and the links of where I can be found across the web, because, I mean, we just watched my main content platform go down. So let's make sure everyone knows where the fuck to find me. I also pinned all of my payment methods and wish lists and made them hyperlinked so anyone can just pop in and send me some money, you know? Everything clear, everything accessible, and everything set up so people aren't going to be asking me the same questions. Having this all set up was so nice. I even added hashtags to all of it to make it more organized and searchable. And then I did the scheduling work. I scheduled out my content for a month before bringing anyone on. And before bringing anyone on the new channel, I also uploaded 2 weeks worth of content and preloaded that. That way people joining wouldn't be coming onto like an empty channel. From a channel of 4,000 pieces of media to a channel with nothing other than informational posts? No, that ain't cute. So we got 2 weeks of content preloaded on. Then comes client migration. Client migration is not just blasting out your link and hoping everyone finds you. That's how you get flagged, and that's how you get seen as spam. And at that point, I was already under Telegram's microscope. The last thing I wanted to do is create more activities and patterns that look suspicious as fuck. So before I reached out to the first subscriber from the old channel, I first cross-referenced my list of subscribers on Telegram with my client books. Were all the display names the same? Were all the usernames up to date? And I also made note of whose subscription has lapsed. And then I started reaching out slowly, and I mean slowly. No more than 10 of my old clients or subscribers daily, and I did that intentional. Like I said, I didn't want to be seen as spam, and if I just reached out to 84 accounts day one, yeah, that's spammy. I also made sure to help people help me by putting up stories on Telegram, letting everyone know what's going on and what they could do to reach out to me to get onto the new channel. And it was so helpful, you guys. It helped make sure that the people who genuinely wanted to follow up and get back in the new channel were taking those first steps for me. And that kind of behavior looks a lot more organic to the Telegram app or any app, significantly more so organic, of course, than just messaging 84 people with the same link in one day. Anyone who already had an active subscription, I started moving them over using individual invite links labeled with their username. That way it was just more organized on the back end of the Telegram channel, and I could track exactly who was who with what link, you know? So once someone joined the new channel, I then scheduled out a message in their DMs for the day before their subscription was up. So notification would go to them without me having to remember, because I won't, and it would go to them with enough time for them to be able to re-up. And as everyone rejoined, I'm of course tracking their subscription and their info in my Client Order Tracker 2.0 in the off-platform subscribers tab, which is of course available in the creatorspicytea.co/shop. All right, now let's talk about content strategy shift, because y'all, this is the part that actually made me excited. I now had 4,000 pieces of media that were ready, edited, and watermarked, and all of it was ready to be reused. And y'all know I'm gonna reuse that shit. And since it's posted nowhere else, not even on that old channel, because that's all gone, it's all new content. This is my pot of gold. So we re-strategize. First thing I did was organize that entire channel export in Dropbox by categories. Here, I'll kind of show you what that's looking like so far. Then I built my posting strategy to fit the framework I already have. I already post 3 times daily. I'd post 2 photos throughout the day and 1 short clip at the end of the day. And then I already have 1 day of week that is a themed day, which is Shibari Saturday. That framework I'm not changing. What is changing, however, is how I'm feeding the machine while I'm rebuilding. So here's the game plan to go through all that old juicy good content, right? For photos, each day we're going to have 1 new photo scheduled and 1 photo from the export. But if for some reason I don't have any new content, I don't give a shit. I got 4,000 pieces of media. I'm going to rely on that old export, and I'm not going to stress myself out. And for posting those, I'm going to be, like I said, making sure to pull from a new category every single post. So it's not the same giant wall of, like, let's say just foot content. You know what I mean? That's how I'm going to be making sure to keep the scroll feed engaging and keep the entire audience interested, regardless of their differences in what they would prefer. So for clips, I still only am going to be posting that 1 clip at the end of the day. If I have newly created clips, which to be honest, I have less available and less often, I will schedule them out every other day to stretch them out. Most of the clips that are going to go up, however, are going to come from that export. So y'all, that export has become my safety net. It's become my backup content vault, and it's become the thing that is letting me rebuild without going crazy. All right, now I want to kind of end this. Telegram, she's an amazing option for a content host, but she's not fucking infallible. Don't get me wrong, right? The original channel I had was 3 years old and I loved her. It was heartbreaking to see 3 years of work ripped away so callously overnight because some a-hole decided to hit record. But I am walking into this new adventure way more organized, with better structure, and with content out the ass ready to go. I'm not happy this has happened, but I am so damn excited for the potential that it has brought. And if you're watching this because you're scared it could happen to you, or because it's already happening to you, take what you need away from this. Submit the appeal, but don't wait on it. Export your content. Get all your shit back. Build the new channel and get it structured and looking cute before you move people over. Migrate people over slowly so you don't trigger spam patterns. Get your shit pinned. Get your info and your infrastructure pinned within your channel so that all that information is right there for subscribers coming in. Preload content so that space is not just some empty wall. And treat that export like the asset it is. If you still have all that content, you still have all that business, you just got to move people over. You're bruised, but you're not dead in the water. And honestly, here's what I'm learning at this damn point. Sometimes a forced rebuild is what it takes to make your setup go from this is working to, oh, this is how it's supposed to work. All right, y'all. I hope this helps somebody. I hope nobody's in this situation, but if you are, I hope this can help out in any way. So again, if you want to see a full step-by-step breakdown of how to export your full channel's content, that is going to be linked in the description box below. It is available on the Creator Spicy Tea Patreon. There is also a written corresponding resource of this over on creatorspicytea.co in the resource library. Okay, I'm rambling. I hope you guys are so safe. I hope you're so sane. And I hope you are flourishing.